for my family!
They're out there somewhere. Have to find them. Guys, you gotta help me. Guys, hello? Guys, where are you?
Dory!
Hello?
Dory!
Ah! Where did you go?
You were the one to go.
My parents. I remembered them.
Wait, what did you remember?
I remembered them. My mom, my dad. I have a family. They don't know where I am. Let's go. We have
Dory,
to go.
no, this is crazy. Where exactly are you trying to go?
To the gym of the Baltic.
The Jewel of Morro Bay, California.
Yes.
No, Dory, California's all the way across the ocean.
Then we better get going.
How come every time we're on the edge of this reef, one of us is trying to leave? For once, can't we just enjoy the view?
How can you be talking about the view when I remembered my family?
No, we've done our ocean travels. That part of our lives is over. The only reason to travel in the first place is so you don't have to travel ever again.
Yeah, but I want to...
So, I want to ask, there's seems to be a certain type of sequel that gets green light the minute the first weekend opens. Why so long to sort of, was it finding the right story for Dory?
It's which has always been Pixar's mantra. A lot of people forget that the third movie we ever made was Toy Story 2. And we made it for the wrong reasons, and then at the last second realized, oh my gosh, we've got to make this much better. And we promised ourselves ever since then, we will not make another sequel unless we have a story that we actually like. It doesn't matter about trying to capitalize on the dollar or on the schedule. So we've never held that kind of attitude.
Okay. The other thing that really impressed me is that there's no formula. It's not like, oh, let's do what worked in the first one.
No, in fact, we did the opposite.
Yeah, I know, and it's a really sort of emotional journey. So talk to me about sort of protecting that character that everybody loves from Nemo, and now sort of putting her front and center.
I don't think it was so much protecting; it was honoring. It was just going, who is she? What is she about, and what does she need? And it was a very hard road to follow. And I had the smartest people I could ever have surrounding me to like solve this stuff. And it took everybody at full stop for about 3 years to really kind of get this movie to work and come across as seamless as it does now.
I think that the first film was much more of a kind of physical, external journey, right? And this one is such an internal journey for her. And I think we like that. That was intentional. I mean, that was like, we want it to feel like a different standalone movie, just in case people just watch this one,
I love that you the other day on Twitter, somebody said, oh, Finding Coral, and you was like, well, you grew up watching, not the first. So, but there are certain very emotional moments in this movie. Is that something that you think about, not to go, or in terms of dark, or in terms of where the story goes?
No, I just kind of like, I don't mind facing the hard truth of stuff. And so it's not like I'm looking to be dark or I'm looking to make you cry. I'm just looking to be honest and feel. I just want to care. And sometimes that means going dark, and sometimes that means going sad, but it doesn't always. Sometimes it means going very happy and very funny. It's just, I just want to really invest and care,
So the filmmaking process of making animated movies is like a long marathon. Any part of it that you feel more challenged by as a producer? Or?
I think the beginning. The beginning is always hard. I think the end is always like exhilarating, because then it's by that point you've kind of figured it out what the movie's about, and you're just watching the best of the best take it and run with it. So you've like handed them the baton, and like that's it's in great hands, and they're just sprinting towards the finish line. So that kind of first and second year where you're really questioning whether you were insane to have started this and if we're ever going to find our way out of the darkness is really brutal. And there's just a lot of self-doubt at that moment of God, what have we gotten ourselves into?
The back part's always where it gets thrilling, because suddenly the last 20% improves the movie by 80%. So like suddenly you want to put little details here, some phytoplankton there, and suddenly it just all works much better.
So talk to me about how much does Ellen really need as Dory in the process of working?
She doesn't need much direction at all, because Dory is Ellen and Ellen is Dory. Like it's hard to separate them. So you just let Ellen kind of, she's like, you'll write lines and you try to be funny on the page, and then you get there and she can make something as simple as like, I guess so, and make that suddenly the most charming line, and you just kind of stand back and let her be Ellen.
How about the fact that I think the term disability gets thrown around a lot, but I think that honored is the right word. Was that important in terms of the message of what Dory accomplishes?
Well, I think it's who she is. I mean, like, she has this thing that defines her, and I think as a result, it was, we wanted to surround her for the story in some ways with other people who had similar kind of flaws that they were trying to get over or trying to get past. And we kind of loved the fact that it showcased that Dory never defined them by their flaws. The only person she defines by her flaws is herself. And that we wanted that to kind of gift her with not doing that anymore.